Hi, welcome back. If you don't already know, I'm Saundra Brodkin. I'm an ADHD coach for women. I help women unravel their ADHD to get streamlined on their time management, prioritization, planning, emotional regulation, and their view of self and create a positive self-image. If you're interested in more, you can click the link down below and find out if it's a right fit for you. If you haven't been to my channel before, welcome. We talk about all things ADHD and women, and today we're gonna target ADHD in the workplace. Do you ever feel that imposter syndrome when you're at work or if you're entering a new job? Like you don't belong, but everyone else does? Have you ever been called Dory because you forget everything, you show up late, you don't show up at all, or you can't keep track of what's going on in a meeting? You get overwhelmed, you feel that mental exhaustion at the end of the day that other people don't seem to feel, at least not every single day, and you just feel like you cannot fit in the way others do. The end game of this video is to show you solutions. What can you do in the workplace to help yourself thrive, work to your strengths, and decrease your weaknesses and the challenges that you face on a regular basis at work? This all alludes to work accommodations. So what do work accommodations look like? First off, start by thinking about where your ADHD shows up at work. Does it show up in meetings, at your desk, when you're interacting with clients? Where is it affecting you in places that need to be addressed? Then from there, you can figure out what accommodations work for you. I'm gonna give you a bunch of different accommodations and you're gonna be able to decide which ones might be possible and how to ask for them in your workplace. Let's start with how to ask for them. Before I even get into what the accommodations are, you need to make sure that you can either disclose to your boss, or if you're not comfortable disclosing, then just explaining why a certain accommodation would benefit you and help them as well. How will this accommodation for you help them meet their target goals? So, first accommodation, noise canceling headphones. If you have your own pair, ask your boss if you can bring them in. If you don't, see if it's in the budget to purchase some. If I don't have these on hand, I can't get my work done because as soon as I hear noise outside, I get distracted. Number two, if you work in a cubicle setting and there's always things happening around you that are distracting, see if you can get one of those dividers, those three-sided dividers that go around your desk so that you don't get distracted by what is happening around you, at least not as much as you might have if they weren't there. Have a colleague or your boss or friend at work that can hold you accountable to meeting targets and goals. So what that looks like, you're basically gonna have somebody that you meet with regularly, whether it's every day, which seems like a lot, once a week or bi-weekly, to check in. Did you meet your goals? Which goals didn't you meet? What can you outsource? Is there too much on your plate? And how can you go about helping yourself reduce the amount of things that have to get done, or how to plan your time so you can get things done before they're due? If you're the type not to be able to keep up in meetings and not pay attention or not process things in an auditory way, see if meetings can either be recorded or suggest the idea of a meeting secretary so that you can have the notes after the meeting. Ask if you can implement extra breaks into your schedule. Perhaps you have a shorter lunch and you take that extra time to implement 5 to 10 minute breaks throughout your day, spread out so that you don't work too much time in a chunk and get mentally exhausted faster than you could if you had those breaks worked in. These are strategies that I've seen work in the past for others, work for me, that I implement for myself, and that I give to my clients, and they implement either in their own workplaces or they try to go about implementing them for those that are solopreneurs or entrepreneurs. The truth of the matter is you have to do what's right for you. So what is it that you're struggling with at work? What exactly do you feel you need support on? What is your biggest challenge that you feel could use some sort of accommodation? Drop it in the comments so that I can help you out in some way possible, or contact me directly, saundra@saundrabrodkin.com, or you can check out my website, which is in the description below. If you haven't already, join the Facebook group for women with ADHD. I go live there regularly with live Q&As, different tutorials, and I'm planning a masterclass on executive functioning. So if you're interested in that, please join us in the group. The link to the group is below. And if you haven't grabbed your ADHD calendar roadmap, that is a video course and ebook that is filled with value and it is free. So grab that as well. It's a very good resource and you can always reach out to me with any questions. See you in the next video.